Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is your boy Blue Ridge Silverhound. Some of you know me as Sean for short. All right, we're back with another edition of the Monday Market Report, this time for the week ending March 21st, 2021. If this is your first time here, I want to personally welcome you. Thank you for joining in on this video as we embark on some notable post-1900 U.S. modern coins that have sold here in the last week. All right, so we are almost through the month of March. Sales continue to forge on with strong results, meaning that there is no end in sight. As a matter of fact, the stimulus package that was just passed, and a lot of you have this money in your bank accounts, this is yet another source of income or extra money to spend on things like investments and coins and you name it. All right, a lot of the money isn't going to be used for just regular household use or to pay bills. People are actually seeing this as extra kind of fun money. So we have seen just an overall, in a general sense, very active week. For those of you that remember, on last week's Monday Market Report, we highlighted the Bellevue collection of Lincoln cents. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. Just a stunning array of high-end coins. The collection realized between $300,000 to $400,000, okay, which goes to show you that coin collecting is, not only a great hobby, but it has a lot of financial merit at the end. Okay, if you wanted to sell it, it's worth money. That's the good news. We didn't have anything quite like that. That's a tough act to follow this week, but we did have another prominent collection end. All right, and it's on a registry. We had the NGC, one of the finest proof Lincoln cent registries to sell on great collections this week. So we're going to talk about a few of the coins, but if you wanted to see the results of all the other coins that were sold in this collection, you should certainly, take a stroll on down to greatcollections.com and go ahead and check out all those other proof Lincoln cents. Now keep in mind, a lot of these Lincoln cents are cherry picks. All right, these all came from, at the time, relatively inexpensive proof sets that, at the time were probably purchased for like $2 or $3. On the high end, maybe $200 to $300, for like some of those earlier dated proof coins. But we are going to talk about a few of the nicest selections from that particular collection that registry set on NGC. But all in all, just a robust market. We've actually abbreviated the list of coins to talk about this week to 15. I could have talked about 30 coins, but because of the length and size of last week's Monday Market Report, I decided to tone it down just a hair for you guys so that way, you could enjoy the rest of your Monday morning or your Sunday night or whatever the case may be. So shall we jump right in to the first set of coins here from Great Collections? Thank you guys again for joining. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and check out this 1970S Lincoln Memorial Cent. Now, this is a coin that I've talked about on a number of occasions that if it wasn't for the 69S double die obverse, this one would be the big dog on campus. All right, this is also another double die obverse. It's on a business strike, large date 1970S Lincoln, so keep that in mind. This is the FS 101 DDO in the Cherry Picker's Guide. So if you can't find the 69S, make sure you keep this one on the back of your list as you hunt through these coins. This one right here, really nice grade, PCGS Mid-State 65 red. And there was also 64 red that had also sold here this evening, somewhere around $3,000 to $3,500. However, this example here, a grade point higher, sold for $8,218.12. This is a coin that can easily eclipse $10,000. It may be a 65 plus or a 66. which those grades do exist in this particular variety. But again, this is another just huge money-making coin if you could find it, and they're still valuable even in lower grades. All right, so this is a beauty right here. This is a 1966, and while it looks like just a really nice business strike coin, in reality, this is a special mint set, all right? It's a hybrid business strike proof specialty coin that was made and designed specifically for the collector base of these coins. As you guys know, from 65 to 67, the U.S. Mint did not produce any proof sets, nor did they produce, anything close to it. So that's why they released this special mint set. A lot of the coins generally come, pretty, satiny. A lot of them didn't have what we consider to be true proof-like appearance to it. However, they do get close. If the dyes are relatively fresh, you still get the cameo contrast and the dark fields in them like you normally would on a proof coin. This one right here is an NGC Mint State 67 red. It's a cameo coin. Beautiful example. You don't see them at all quite like this. If you're able to cherry pick one in this particular appearance, then you have done good. This one here is sold for $1,462.50. All right, so we got a couple of our selections from the NGC registry that's sold. We're going to start it off with a 1961. This is such a beautiful coin right here. They're all graded by NGC, of course. This one is a Proof 69 full red. It is also an Ultra Cameo. All right, so you got the nice frosty devices. All right, so all the letters, Lincoln, the memorial, and then you have these dark kind of like black mirrory fields right here. That's the key component to cameo, is when you have that just drastic contrast between the two. But this, ladies and gentlemen, this is a coin that you can find in a $20 to $25 proof set. All right, as the title of the video, the thumbnail suggests, these coins come from very cheap U.S. coin sets. And keep in mind, when the opportunity arises and you're able to cherry pick one of these, you got to make sure the frosting is good on both sides of the coin. Then you can move forward with possibly grading that coin. All right, as long as it's clean, it doesn't have some weird spots and stuff on it, then you're in good shape. I would say every single coin in every denomination with Ultra Cameo is highly desirable by registry set participants. So this particular coin right here sold for $1,069.88. And we do have another one to talk about. How about 1958? Now this is a really tough coin, really tough date to find with Ultra Cameo. Now this one here, like the 61 that we had seen previously, is also a Proof 69 full red. Again, it exhibits some of the finest looking contrast of both the frosty devices and the mirrored fields. That's key. This particular coin right here, again, is common enough that the proof set pricing alone, if you were to go out and buy a 1958 proof set, again, those are sets that still fall in that $20 to $25 range. So it's really affordable. If you're able to go to a local coin shop that has these, they don't know what they're looking for, you cherry pick them with this nice beautiful frosting, and then you go ahead and send it off to PCGS or NGC. These coins are worth a lot of money. All right, so I can't stress that enough. This is another way to get into some really big money, really cheap. All right, nothing short of just buying coins from the bank at face value and doing it the tougher way. This is another way where you could just deal specifically and directly with high quality coins. This one here sold for $5,184. Easy money. And then here's the 1953. Okay, so we get to a point where these proof sets are much more expensive. This proof set, I believe, is right around $300 in today's market. So, you got to make sure that there's at least one coin with very strong cameo contrast. That's important. Otherwise, you're just going to have a really nice proof set, But have no fear. It's not like you're losing money. That's going to be a set that's going to continue to appreciate because the mintages are extremely low on it. This one right here is a Proof 68, full red, ultra cameo, just a beautiful coin. Probably will end up in another registry set, but this one did hammer for $4,968. Just an exquisite example, and you could do a whole lot worse because a lot of the coins don't exhibit this kind of frosting. And the last Lincoln cent out of the bunch, of course, is going to be the key date Mama right here. We have a 1914D, very low mintage, very exclusive in mid-state condition. This one right here is a PCGS mid-state 65 plus, full red. This is an incredibly super high-end example of a coin that people want for their, hundreds of thousands of dollars registry set. Okay, this one is also a really nice investment coin on its own. This one right here sold for $21,125.25. All right, so there are a few nickels, okay, but this first coin right here is a little bit of a lesson that sometimes you just don't need the full steps, which in this day and age in numismatics, that seems to be important to a lot of collectors. Because if you're into Jefferson nickels, and especially if you're into grading them because of full steps, sometimes you're going to miss the mark on them because they're so tough to get the full step designation that maybe you forget other areas of opportunities. So this 1960D, no doubt about it, is one of the tougher dates to find full steps in. However, have no fear. Let's say you can't find full steps, but you find a really nice high-end graded piece. You might have something here, and that's why we have this mid-state 67, which obviously does not have full steps. But 67 is such a high grade for these earlier Jefferson nickels that people are willing to make concessions to own a high-end example without full steps. This one here sold for $1,406.25, which it might shock some of you to think that coins without full steps can command this kind of money. Now here's one of the more tougher dates to find full steps in. 1955, again, you've heard me say it, and I'll say it again. It's a love-hate relationship because I've searched through many 1955 Jefferson nickels to look for a very exclusive full steps examples. We have one right here. This one is a 66 plus FS. Just a beautiful coin. These generally have more muted luster. The quality is just not that great on these Philadelphia struck mid-50s coins. This one sold for $3,712.50 this evening. And then we have a 39S Jefferson nickel. Now, this one is a stunner. You guys had seen a 1939 last week that exhibited the reverse of 1940. All right, so now we have a 39S with the reverse of 38. All right, and this will help you kind of differentiate the difference between the two different reverse types. So the reverse of 38 on the actual steps will actually have the more crude, wavy steps. All right, that's just the way the engraving was on the master die. The more modified reverse of 1940 has much straighter step lines. Plus, they also have a really nice ends on them. This one right here, just a beautiful coin, mid-state 67 full stepper. Again, San Francisco minted coins are a little bit tough for this particular point in time. Even if you did find one in circulation, that's not quite this nice. That's still like a $5 coin, guys. So there is some value to it. I also wanted to point out that this coin is also part of the Sunset collection. They continue on again with this. This one sold for a staggering $6,557.62. All right, my favorite, we got a couple Buffaloes on the roam here, and we're going to start it off with a much tougher dated example. This is a 1925. This is also a Denver minted coin. You can see the little D mint mark under 5 cents. This one right here is just a super high-end type piece. It's also an investor quality piece. If you're looking to put together a really nice portfolio of investment coins. This one is a PCGS Mint State 65 Plus, just a beautiful example. CAC certified as well. I believe this is the only CAC certified coin on the list, believe it or not. I usually have about 4 or 5 of them. This one here, also a sunset coin, sold for $5,250.38. And the final nickel of the bunch is another tough date, 1918S. So the earlier S minted Buffalo nickels get progressively tougher when you get into the teens and 20s. All right, it is what it is. The mintages are lower. The quality is just not there. So there's a lot of challenge with trying to find these coins raw, but they are out there. They do exist. You just need to have kind of like those pair of eyes on the top of your head that is, sharp enough to recognize something like this out there. This one is a PCGS Mint State 65, just a beautiful coin. And again, at this grade level, it's a very expensive example. This one sold for $8,943.75. Now here's kind of like the sleeper coin of the bunch, because number one, it's a Roosevelt dime. Again, didn't we always say that Roosevelts were some of the least loved coins out there in modern history? I mean, it is. It's not going to change. However, you do have a few people that are very interested in the series, and they see a lot of potential, and I see it too, because the less people that get into it will be more opportunity for others to pick up some of the finer stuff. Now, you wouldn't think that 1982, especially a Philadelphia struck example, would be at the top of the list, but this is a very tough date to find some of those sharper strikes. This one is a PCGS Mint State 67 full bands or full torch, however you want to attribute it. Very tough coin. This one right here brought home $1,012.50. And then we're going to shoot way back to more Mercury dime action. We got one Mercury dime to talk about, and it is another Micro S Mint Mark variant. This one right here is the highest graded of them all. I highlighted one last week and also the week before. Probably they're all from the same collection, just based on the fact that 3 of the Micro S's have sold in successive weeks, and they progressively get a lot better. This is the penultimate example thus far. Okay, it's even got some really nice original toning, very original coin. This one is a PCGS Mint State 67 Plus, full split bands, CAC certified. I lied, there's actually 2 CAC coins on the list. This one sold for $9,281.25. We had one Washington on the list. There were a few other notables. There was a 62 that sold for over $1,000, and I believe a 63 or a 64 that also sold for around that mark. However, this one is most notable because of the toning on the obverse. It's a 1950S. If you're not looking for, this, which is a Mint State 68, or maybe you're just looking for a really nice Mint State example for a Mint State Washington quarter set, this is a coin that you could score for between $25 and $40. All right. Can't guarantee that you're going to have the nice rainbow toning like this one does. But that's really, really the big selling qualifier, I guess, for this coin is that toning. Toning adds a lot of eye appeal. It adds more interest to the example, and the grade is huge. It's a 68. It's the highest end grade for a 50S that you'll find. This one here sold for $6,647.62. And then finally, we're going to end it off on one of my favorites, Standing Liberty Quarter. This one is a 1918. It's a Denver struck example. This one is just a peach. The luster is what you would expect for a freshly minted early teens Standing Liberty Quarter. This one right here is very well struck. Just a beautiful, beautiful example. Again, Your Denver and San Francisco minted standing Liberty quarters of the teens and 20s are always going to be desirable, and they are always very, very expensive. This one right here is a Mid-State 66. It's also got the full head designation, so it's very well struck. And I'm happy to say that this one sold for $10,856.25. Just a beautiful example. And again, this could serve a few purposes. It could be an investor coin, a collector coin, or it could go and slot into that registry set of some sort. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? Nice little easy miniature Monday market report. Well, compared to last week, this one is a little bit smaller, but I want to thank you guys again for watching. Would love to hear your thoughts. Which one was your favorite this week? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that good old bell. You know what that means. Coinaholics, it was a pleasure. We are discovering together, and I hope to see you next week for another round of Monday market action. Again, these are all post-1900 modern graded coins that we talk about. That's what you guys love, and that's what I love talking about. So we're going to keep it going. You guys take care and have a wonderful Monday. Don't work so hard, and I will see you on the next coin video. Take care.